What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast, Mr. Cincinnati. And as always, I am joined by the podcast dad, Choops. How you doing? It has been a very long time since I've seen you. It's been almost a week.
Long time no see, buddy. How are we doing?
Fantastic. It's summer's in the books. We're starting fall. Football season kicks off tomorrow. All the fantasy drafts are in the books. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I got like 6 leagues this year, 7, I think. Yeah, something like that.
I think I'm in 4, so I'm maxed out.
Nothing wrong with that. I see what you did there. That's one of the leagues. It's just a head-to-head, though. Hey. Nothing gets past me.
I know. It's been a while.
It comes MJB.
I couldn't remember.
That's
but no, I did have a pick right before you, and I did draft T. Higgins out of spite. Just a heads up.
Okay.
I told Heather that. I said, look, I'm up next, and Eric's right behind me. I'm going to draft T. Higgins.
That's hey, do what you need to do. It's okay. If you're going to draft, you got to have a solid draft strategy, and you got to be able to adapt when things don't go your way. And that's what I did. And I didn't know it was out of spite, so I don't really care. It just says that you wanted Bengal on your team. Doesn't really matter the reason. You just wanted Bengal on your team, so it's okay.
Well, I should probably get their number 1. Yes.
I'm not doing this on camera. Dude,
oh man, walked right into it.
This one I am not doing on camera today. I'm not talking about this one with you on camera right now. Just not doing it. Okay,
I'm just saying
the deal will get done. All right?
As of right now, he's their number 1, and I snagged their number 1 receiver in like the 6th round. I'm pretty happy about it. I also got Jalen Hurts. Pretty happy about that too.
Just a pain in my ass. Good for you. Okay, whatever.
All right. That's that time of the show, folks. Eric, get to the plugs.
Yes. Before I do
that's
get
a shirt.
Announcements.
That's a shirt. It's like Team 3D. It's the Junkies. I could push you. Eric, get to the plugs. Oh, man. Oh, I love that.
It's actually Will, if you're watching, there's an idea for you. Also, make sure you're using promo code WJP2024 at GorillaPressApparel.BigCartel.com to get all things Gorilla Press Apparel. If you are a wrestler, referee, manager, promotion, you need merch for those tables, hit them up at Gorilla Press APP on X. DMs are open. Before I get to the rest of our announcements, before I was so rudely interrupted by Devon, we were scheduled to have Sebastian LeShawn tonight, and unfortunately, she is not available to join us this evening. She's a little under the weather. Apologize for anybody that's tuning in to see her tonight, but we are working to get that interview rescheduled in the next couple of weeks. So, Sebastian, get well. We cannot wait to talk to you. Also, make sure that you're following our friends at main_event_net, the Main Event Wrestling Network. Incredible collective of people that we get to work with on a daily basis and talk to on a daily basis. If you want fan art, memes, blogs, great live podcast, you name it, we've got it. Make sure you give us a follow. Help us to grow that community. A couple of comments here already. Thank you, Kyle. Welcome back. It does feel nice to be back, even though my co-host is being a little bit prickish right now. It's okay. I missed it. This is part of the banter.
Yeah. Speaking of prickish, I poked myself in the eye before pre-show injury. But hey, we got to play through.
Also, shout out to Daniel. How's it going? Greetings to you over across the pond right now. Is asking if we have seen that Bronson Reed has COVID. Apparently, I did hear that rumor as far as why they brought Braun back after last week, that was last week. Yeah, after the car spot that they did. So yeah, get well. Best wishes to him. Hopefully, it's nothing too terribly serious, but I would imagine they'll pick up with that story, whenever he's ready to return. That's one of those things where they can do a surprise Bronson Reed return, and it would make a lot of sense if they do something similar to the original attack on Braun Strowman. These sorts of things tend to add additional layers to the story when these unexpected kind of unavailabilities happen. Because again, cars subject to change, but that is what it is. A few more quick announcements to run through. As always, make sure that you're following us at Junkies Pod for all things Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Follow us at Wrestling Junkies Pod on Instagram. We have two shows that we want to just make sure that everybody is aware of. First and foremost, upcoming this weekend, Battle for Sale Creek, September 7th, streaming live on IWTV. Our friends at SCI Invitational putting this show on. We've got the likes of Adam Priest, Manders, Aaron Wade. We've got Casey Owens, who will be on the show tomorrow, talking about Battle for Sale Creek, The Wall, Tyler Stevens, and appearance by WWF star Tatanka. Excuse me. I don't know why I was thinking Pat Tanaka there for a second. Don't mind me. Tatanka will be at this show, and it is going to be an incredible event. If you've not been to an SCI show at all, you are missing out. Get your tickets now. Always worth the price of admission. And then this was just announced today. Marcus Mathers, All I Want 3, presented by ETU Wrestling. We are one of the official sponsors, so thank you again to Ryan and the rest of the crew at ETU, Marcus Mathers as well, for allowing us to work with you guys once again. ETU does some incredible work, and we are very much we're very much all about what they're doing right now up there in Jersey. It will be at the H2O Wrestling Center, September 26th at 8 p.m. Tickets available now. The site is on the graphic there, and you can follow at ETU Wrestling for more details. So we've got something from Mr. OTM here. Losing my PLE title in the podcast dad is one of the 6 competing for the title at Bad Blood. Wins happen, losses happen. It's okay. It could be worse. Yeah,
it happens. A short reign, but that's okay.
Win some, you lose some. That doesn't mean it won't be back. So it's all good. Yeah,
you got one more than I do.
Yeah, so yeah, it works for us. But yeah, dude, incredible weekend in the books. Bash in Berlin happening in Germany. NXT No Mercy in Denver, Colorado. We have a lot to get into, don't we?
There was a lot of wrestling, and we picked the best weekend to take 2 days off.
we really did.
We have to recharge too. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, it's podcasters need a break every once in a while, and quite frankly, if I don't force us to take that break, then it doesn't happen. Yeah.
Hey, Monday was a holiday. We've earned that. This is a labor of love.
So we've got something else here. Moira Giulia joining WWE. Logan, we'll be talking about this in a little bit. First, we're going to kick off with our Bash in Berlin recap. Just going to burn through the matches real quick, so that way we can talk about some of the larger stories that came out of this weekend. First of all, Cody Rhodes defeated Kevin Owens to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. No real surprise there, but I think the big selling point of this match was the storytelling aspect of, is Kevin Owens finally going to snap? Is he going to finally revert to that prize fighter, persona, that those original roots of Kevin Owens? And he wanted to. Just took him a little late in the match to get to that point, and that might have cost him the W here. What'd you think of the match?
Yeah, I mean, it's just storytelling. The will he, won't he? I don't think anybody expected Cody Rhodes to lose this title going into it. Fine match. Wasn't Cody's best match in this title reign, but a fine match. And
yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be. I don't think there's going to be a rematch, but just storytelling at its finest. My prediction still is, hey, Randy's going to come back, and okay, where's my title shot? And that's not going to happen, and that's going to cause the Viper to turn heel after his loss. So it was a fine match. Like I said, storytelling, but.
So it's funny that you say that this is a fine match, because Kyle has this to say.
Was not my match of the night.
Yeah, so I like the match. I think I like it a little bit more than you do, based on the delivery of your thoughts on it. I wouldn't say it was the match of the night. That one I will say was the strap match, but I did really enjoy this kicking off the show. This was one of those that. Again, another solid Cody Rhodes title defense, and that's kind of what we have been seeing from him. Is that fall kind of dead period lull is around the corner. So it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, they're keeping Cody on TV. He's going to have title programs. They're going to be a month, maybe 2 months tops, but then get him ready for Rumble to Mania season. It just kind of tends to be that WWE style. But yeah, I enjoyed this match. I think that it took them a 10. I don't know if this is by design or not, but I do think it took them a little bit longer than it should have to get to that spot of starting to attack the knee and then having that hesitation kick in. It just seemed like we got through Act 2 and then into Act 3 already before that came around. But like I said, I don't know if that was by design or not, but still a fun match to watch.
Yeah, I think it just also goes to the larger point of SmackDown doesn't have a lot of heels, and I think
they do not. And happy Wednesday, Dirk. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Sorry, podcast day. Continue.
I think there's a lack of depth on SmackDown with the heels, and they had to do this face versus face match and tell that story. But yeah, you say we're kind of getting to that lull. I think we've already started it. There was no clear challenger for Cody next, and the rumors are obviously, but they're just talking about running it back with Solo, which I don't want to see that.
Yeah, no, I am not excited for that. Really, Solo will be there. Solo will be ready to be a true contender for the world title sooner than later. That's a given. That's just my opinion. It's okay. But I don't think it's it right now. I think he's still trying to grow into that leader of the bloodline. And then, there's also the fact that Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu could potentially be those are the breakouts of this new Bloodline 2.0 right now, I think.
That's Jacob Fatu. That's the breakout.
I'm also going to put Tama Tonga in that conversation as well. That's just me personally.
I think the only thing holding him back is age. I think he's close to his 40s. So being just introduced and not making that huge impact as like a 26-year-old Jacob Fatu, I think Solo's ceiling is probably that mid card, and maybe the eventual. I could see him being like Umaga, right? That's a fine career, multiple time Intercontinental Champion, got a couple shots at the world title, never really got there, but
yeah,
I'm not ready to see it run back again. We did not. We did not, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Is yours a WWE one?
Mine is a WWE one. Is yours a WWE one?
Well, yeah, it's Mama
Yeah,
Rose.
no, I bought this at a PLE.
Did you?
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, this is definitely a WWE shirt. But yeah, no, it's what was I gonna say? Yeah, use our WWE shop affiliate link. Yeah. Use our link in our bio. Follow us at Junkies Pod. Roman costing Solo likely going to be what helps to set up the advancement.
Yeah, but I've already seen that. Right? I already saw it at SummerSlam. I don't want to see it again. That's what I'm saying. Give me some depth on SmackDown. Throw an Andrade in there. Throw a Carmelo Hayes in there. Build somebody up a little bit. Come on. I don't want to see Cody and Solo again. I don't want Cody in the Bloodline storyline. I just don't. Not until Mania season. Until The Rock comes back, or until we get Cody or Roman again. I don't want him in the Bloodline storyline right now. Keep that separate.
Fair enough. Another fun activity Kyle has for us to rank the members of the NYE family.
It's a whole
Mello on Andrade Mello, best of 7. Really good though. Facts. These are
make it number one contender. Why not?
Yeah. Some of us are still waiting for the finish of Cesaro and Sheamus.
Yeah, damn.
What could have been? They just let it go. They got to match 7 and then just let it go. They said, "Hey, you guys are tagging now."
I think you need to let it go.
No, there are some things that just still irk me to this day. That's one of them. Curtis Axel is still in the Royal Rumble somewhere. It's these
somewhere.
Some of us need completion in our lives. Okay, that's just.
Oh, you don't got to worry about that with me. So the next match.
And Kyle, no, they did not finish that series. It ended in a count out or a draw or something stupid that they never revisited. Mick Foley made them a tag team a week later.
Yep, I was at the Night of Champions. That happened. It was awful. Yep. What was I going to say? Next match. Randy and Gunther. What'd you think about that?
Loved it. As far as the second act between those two, man, that is. It got me thinking about what a babyface Gunther would look like, and it's not the worst thing in the world. That's some versatility to be able to be a massive babyface in Germany, get the handshake with Randy to go off the air, and then go right back to talking shit on Monday night, and the American crowd hates you. it will not be long because I mean we know how good Gunther is. You know, it will only be a matter of time before there are pockets of fans that will want to cheer for him. It's just, yeah. I mean, and that's a great heel is when you're so good at being bad that the fans want to embrace you, and Gunther is going to get to that point, and we saw a little taste of that in Berlin. I loved this match. This one was not my match of the night still, but I would say there was number 2.
This was a good match. I enjoyed this match. I enjoyed seeing these two mix it up because I didn't have this on my bingo card, so it was like, oh, this is a nice little fun surprise. I'm definitely more excited for what looks like Gunther's next feud, but this was a good one-off. They needed somebody solid to wrestle him in Germany, and it was a good reaction. Not my match of the night, but yes, it was a pretty solid match. Probably my third. I would put this behind Cody and KO.
Okay, that is entirely fair. I like it. But yeah, let's talk about that next challenge for Gunther, and it is the former Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn. Podcast Dad is just gonna get up.
I had to turn my fan on, man. It's hot. It's hot. Studio's above the garage. It's hot.
Say less. Sorry. But yeah, Sami Zayn coming out to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther just flat out saying no, and Sami getting under his skin because, again, I mean, there's only been one person to beat Gunther this year. Sami Zayn, and he did it on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania. That's got Gunther, he's projecting confidence, but it's a very, very insecure ring NRL.
A lot of bad blood there, right? See what I did there. Yes. Logically, this makes a ton of sense. So why are we upset about it? I'm also a fan of Sami being in the world title scene. People for years were pissed that Sami Zayn wasn't being used well. Now he's actually being used well, and people are pissed. Like, you're not going to make everybody happy. Get over it. Unlike SmackDown, they have a ton of credible challengers for Gunther. Sami's just another good one to do that with, where they can do a multi-month program. I'm in. Like this, I am very excited for this. Their WrestleMania match was good. Was really, really good. So why are we upset about this? This will be another really, really good program and a really, really good match. So,
I agree completely. Let's move on to the rest of the card here. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeating the Unholy Union to recapture the Women's Tag Team Championships. Podcast Dad is ready for the split to happen, but it's all about the long con, bud. You've been wanting them to break up since they got together. We see how other storylines are being, like other major stories are being told right now, and they're getting some time to breathe. They're getting some time to cook and be a dominant tag team, which is what you need them to be.
I'm just confused. Why are we flip-flopping these titles? What's the point?
I mean,
I don't understand. Like, why did we take them off them in the first place? Doesn't make any just to get the pop.
Because sometimes it's just what it is. I mean, that sometimes it's just what it is. The pop for the moment for that hometown surprise, and it worked. This establishes, this gives Alba and Isla some credibility as a tag team. They got some gold around their waist. They were getting used on TV frequently. Let's see how well they continue to be used now that they're no longer the champions. But, given the depth that they're trying to cultivate within that title, I don't see anything wrong with this brief run for Unholy Union, who didn't necessarily defeat Bianca and Jade to get those titles. So now they were entitled to the rematch, and they couldn't stand up to the task. That's a pretty straightforward story to me.
Yeah, that's fine. But I guess. I don't know. I need these tag divisions to get so much better. These tag divisions are not good right now. And I mean, I saw a stat today that JD and Finn have held the titles for 72 days.
Has it really been that long?
They haven't had a title defense.
10 weeks without a tag title defense. Wow.
Like, that's crazy. And then on SmackDown, we had DIY finally getting that big win, and they hold the title for 26 days. It's like,
at least we got to see those titles in person.
Yeah, but these tag divisions need some help. We'll see where it plays out. This one didn't excite me as much.
It's a good tag division anywhere nowadays. Doesn't pay too much attention to TNA to know.
I mean, I like the NXT Tag Team Champions right now. If they can get some more teams there, I'd feel pretty great. But
Yeah, we'll talk about that one in a second here too.
there's not a lot, man. Hopefully WWE gets some reinforcements here with some free agent signings, but yeah,
That's how you do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that was the Rascals.
Actually. Oh, that's what you should have done.
Yeah. Well, MSK, they still live in my heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, just the tag divisions are just. So this match didn't excite me very much.
Sure. Okay. Moving left and right along, my match of the night: CM Punk defeating Drew McIntyre in the strap match, regains the bracelet. That was a fun story. It's been a while since we had a good strap match on TV. This was everything that it needed to be. It was more intense than their first match with Seth Rollins as a special referee. They really got a little bit more room to breathe and get a little bit more physical as far as some of the out of the ring spots that they did. Had that cinematic moment of CM Punk taking the bracelet off of Drew McIntyre and then hitting that 4th turnbuckle pad. Fast forward 24 hours later, Drew McIntyre beating the brakes off of CM Punk, ripping the bracelet apart to the shock and awe of Joe Tessitore, who nailed his first night in WWE. And this is how we're getting to our Hell in a Cell. Drew McIntyre wasn't done, and he knew that this was kind of the one thing that he had to do in order to get Punk's attention, was to rip that bracelet up, even though he could make another one and be ready next week.
Shoved it down his throat too. Don't gloss over that. Like, he shoved that thing down his throat. Like, that was brutal. Yeah, this is gonna be a good Hell in a Cell. I'm excited for this. This has been a very good trilogy. Punk still wants to go after Gunther, and I think Punk's gonna get the win in Hell in a Cell, and maybe that's our Survivor Series program, and I'd be pumped for that. I mean, Punk going after a world title in 2024. No. Punk going after Gunther at Survivor Series would be crazy. Punk going for a WWE World Heavyweight Champion in 2024. That would be nuts. It would be awesome.
It's gonna happen.
But
yeah, no,
this feed's great. I love the ending of this match. This was my match of the night. It was just the amount of brutal that WWE will go. So it was very good.
Yeah, I mean, because I wouldn't expect to see like a chain match or anything in WWE anytime soon. Strap match, yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what Netflix is going to look like. So we'll...
Punk best he's looked since 2011.
I don't know, man. That dog collar match with MJF, like, he looked pretty good.
That was a really fun match. But I mean, this is a true, he's back to form now. The injury was unfortunate, so he really didn't have it, quite the 2024. I think that everybody thought that he would, as far as things that he was doing, they would do in the ring had he not been injured. But we're getting probably one of the best rivalries of the year in wrestling as a result of this freak accident that happened at the Royal Rumble. So, definitely more wrestling in this match. And that's they're going to build on that to get to Hell in a Cell for sure. Last up, we've got the Terror Twins defeating Liv Morgan, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Yeah. Now, I believe Podcast Dad said that Dom and Liv were going to get the win here. They needed to establish this group here, but they went with the other scenario, Rhea getting the pin. I want my title back. I got to win over you, and set that up one more time just to get us to
fine storytelling. Yeah, not mad at the match. Not the most exciting match in the world, but it gives a means to an end to give Rhea back a claim to get that title back, and actually have Liv Morgan defend that title. Which she doesn't do very often, but it's I don't. So what do you do with Damian Priest after this? Is this just the rest of his year's Judgment Day? I mean, because you got to think there's gonna be a blow off with Finn.
Yeah, I would say that those are the two. We're probably gonna get those two matches, Rhea Liv and Finn Priest at Bad Blood would be my guess.
What happened to the tag team champions, Finn Balor, by the way? We forget.
I didn't forget. I just don't see how it's relevant. It's not a championship match.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why is he the tag team champion if he's going to be in a singles feud? Doesn't make any sense. Fix my tag team division, Mr. Cincinnati. Fix it.
But this one does make sense, though, because Finn cost Damian the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. Finn wants his pound of flesh. Like, what's missing? What's missing there? I get that the tag team titles need to be a priority. I get that. But you have to kind of finish what we started here. The implosion of Judgment Day started at SummerSlam. That aftermath, we still have to clean that up. It's a very
I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
I'm just saying storytelling.
Let's get the titles.
I mean, because you don't necessarily need to in order to do that. I mean,
I just want tag team.
I get what you're saying.
That's all I want.
Okay. I get that. But right now, we have to finish up these stories of Judgment Day, because look at even the aftermath of this match. Rhea still has not gotten the riptide on Dirty Dom. They are saving that for that PLE moment. We're also waiting to see Finn get some true comeuppance by Damian Priest. Yeah, he's thrown a kick and a couple of punches his way, but the table spot's been avoided as well. Those are kind of the big crescendos that we are waiting to get to. Shout out to our friends JPJ of Between Two Beards. Good to see you guys, and that reminds me, I got to DM you guys about getting you on the show here this month for sure. So yeah.
So what does Damian do next after Judgment Day? Like what do you see him doing?
I was trying to finish greeting our friends that just came to say hello in the stream. So now that I've said finished saying hello to him, what was your question again?
No, I'm not asking it anymore.
Why not? Well, you interrupted me.
It'll be the third time, and you're just lawyering around it. Let's get to
I'm not lawyering.
Let's get to No Mercy. Let's go.
No, you seem a little perturbed at me, so let's
go. Let's go to No Mercy. That's where I want to go. Say his name.
I'm active listening right now. All right, here it is. I promise you.
What does Damian Priest do next after Judgment Day? What would you have him do? Yeah,
one idea. I was gonna say one idea I have. You're probably not gonna be crazy about it, but it would work. Damian Priest, Braun Breaker.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, like that is a fun. You're trying to get some momentum under Braun. With the way the WWE is putting together tournaments for these mid-card championships now, where triple threats that lead into fatal four-ways, a whole lot of calamity can happen. So to have a former tag team champion, U.S. champion, Money in the Bank winner, world heavyweight champion who cashed in at WrestleMania to be a part of that tournament, to be somebody that Braun defeats, again, adds a little bit more to that aura. And I don't necessarily think that Damian Priest is hurt by losing to Braun Breaker with how they're positioning him as well right now. That's the idea I have for him. Now, do you want to talk No Mercy?
Do you think he gets another shot at the world title? Because he never got his rematch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. There's just seems like, I mean, they've already laid the seeds for Sammy and CM Punk as well, so it doesn't have to be a right now sort of thing. I mean, this back half of the year could be a perfect way to position Damian Priest as a perceived Royal Rumble winner. If it's not John Cena, if it's not, one of the larger names that we're thinking of. Priest, I can see that happening. So, it's not the worst thing in the world if he doesn't get the rematch right away. Well, he'll remind everybody that he never got it when it's time for them to start that story.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the Between, maybe Chamber, something like that.
Sure, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, but I mean, we're still trying to, he's still trying to find his footing as this single star as part of this Terror Twins kind of team with Rhea Ripley. So you don't have to like it. Don't.
I just smiled and shook my head. I didn't say a word.
Yeah, but I know that look.
It's fine. Man, a lot happened at No Mercy too. So. A lot happened at No Mercy.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defeating Chase U to regain their tag team championships. Yes,
what was that? Hold on, rewind it. Who won that match? Because I thought they were breaking up, and then we got a heel turn out of Chase U. Oh, this is the best.
I want my Duke Hudson heel turn.
Never happening.
There have been 2 heel turns that chase you, and none of them have been the one I want.
It's never happening. It's never happening.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna have a banner ready and everything when it does happen. See. Okay, well, you know what? I admire them for trying to keep at it with Ridge Holland. I do. I mean, this will work better in NXT than it was on the main roster.
You think Duke's going to turn on the main roster? He's not going to ever turn. It's fine. Duke's never turning.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about them on the main. I'm talking about Ridge in NXT. Like after the Brawling Brutes dissolved, there just was not a lot. There's just not a place for him. I like the inclusion in Chase U just because those have turned out some pretty fun programs. I mean, not anything that's going to light the world on fire as far as compelling storytelling, things like that. But JC Jane helped Thea Hale get a pretty great program out of it. JC Jane was a cornerstone of that early NXT 2.0 era. And yes, Mandy Rose being released and Gigi Dolan, the split didn't necessarily help her from a singles standpoint, but she's always shined as a member of a unit, as we're going to start to see with Fatal Influence here. Even more sold on them after their trailer pre-tape that they did that aired during No Mercy. I know that you're still kind of on the fence about them, but as far as Ridge Holland turning heel, well, I don't get the motivation for it. And I did not watch all of NXT last night. I just caught some highlights, so I don't know if he explained any of his actions or not yet, but I'm sure that'll be coming soon, and this will just be a TV feud. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm good. It's just not Duke Hudson. It just makes me laugh. And Axiom and Frazier look like they're sticking around, which, again,
you want to see them continue to get team? Fine. Yeah.
They're both young enough where they can do a tag team for another year and be fine. Like, they're both, I think 26. And really, what's Axiom's ceiling? I mean, anybody but Rey Mysterio wrestling in a mask has not really done well in WWE.
Yeah. I mean, Dragon Lee, it was kind of one of those things where he's off TV for a while. We noticed it, made our voices known on social media, and then he shows back up in that tournament just to lose in that tournament, which is what it is. But yeah, Axiom, I think, is kind of one of those people that will regularly be used as a participant in those tournaments. Probably won't win one.
No, but I think Frazier could have a future. We just got to work on those promo skills.
Yeah, well, Frazier, Axiom, they could also be great. They could be great on Speed.
You didn't watch.
I did not watch that. I meant to. The women's tournament started today, I believe.
I do have one question for you, though.
I might have an answer for you.
Now, where are my intellectuals at?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Nowhere.
I'm right here.
You're the only one.
I am not the only intellectual.
You are the only one.
No, I'm not.
Your Duke Hudson heel turn, your Lexus King push. Give up.
Never give up. Never surrender. Name that movie.
God, no.
You don't know that movie?
I don't want to know that movie.
Galaxy Quest, Tim Allen.
Okay. Next match.
You're no fun.
I'm no fun.
Yeah, you are. I like this. Why have we not Fraxon? Why have we never called them that?
Oh.
Also, there is another intellectual in the house.
Kyle,
so blow it out your ass, Troops.
Kyle, come on. You're just hyping him up. Don't do that. You don't really believe that. He's talking about King
why do you think? Oh yeah. Shout out to the King. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's move on to this next match because this one surprised the hell out of me. Zachary Wentz defeated Wes Lee. Zachary Wentz, the new X Division champion. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I said?
What?
When he walked out.
We held that title.
It's total Mark moment.
I
did. I bumped Heather and I was like, hey, I held that.
Yeah. Yep.
No, this was match of the weekend for me. This match was great.
Yeah, this was phenomenal. This is NXT has a really great track record with these personal blood feuds of brothers turned rivals. I mean, this this is a program that, especially given the fact that this is being, they're working with another promotion in order to make this story happen, that instantly gives it that that credibility that can put it along the lines of what we've seen with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, what we've seen with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, those personal heated feuds. I mean, Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I mean, their blow off was 2 years. Well, how much let me finish my point? All that I'm saying is that Shawn Michaels knows how to book a story like that, and we're seeing that here with these guys. We were worried about what Wesley was going to do, not in the North American Championship picture, and even in this loss, it's like, okay, well, let's, I could see him challenging. I could see him challenging Ethan Page. You're getting that credibility out of him.
You're showing Ethan Page, dude. I think he's going to win the X Division title.
Okay, yeah, and that's another, again, that's another way to go as well. And I honestly, I had not even thought about it along those lines. I mean, it seems like it's going to be a 3-match program for sure.
Yeah.
That Wesley will win the next one, but I didn't think anything about the title being on the line as part of this, because that's kind of been the one thing that has been kind of lingering out there since this relationship began, is, are we going to see any titles actually cross those quote unquote enemy lines? Is this is the rivalry in your mind to do it?
I think so. Have him win it on a TNA show and bring it back to NXT. I mean, that'd be awesome. Did you see Jordan Grace also put out an open challenge?
I did not. No.
For the NXT talent.
Okay. And who do you think's going to answer that challenge?
I'm not sure. And Giselle Shaw is no longer with TNA.
Really? I hadn't heard that.
So is Sean just going to keep cooking with this women's division? I mean, good God.
I would. I mean, and like,
let's talk about it. Come on, let's talk about
it. Let's just go ahead and put these two matches together. First up, Kalani Jordan defeating Wendy Chu to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship. This was a fun match to watch. I really, really enjoyed this match. Kalani Jordan, we know, is
good.
Yeah, I mean, and
really, really good.
Yeah, she's another one of those people that, you can tell that, she's still relatively new to the business. So you see that in some of her moveset, and that's fine. But 3, 4, 5 years from now, star. She's just you see her coming down and making that walk, you just think star. And Wendy Chu, this was one of the best matches that she's put on in NXT, and she's certainly been off TV for a while, and this helped us to remember who she is. So I really enjoyed it, and she's got a follow-up program out of it with Tatum Paxley that'll keep her occupied as well. So, they are continuing to grow that division, and there's something, around the corner for most everybody involved here. So it's good to see the challenger having another program ready to go even after a loss.
And we saw Lyra come back and save Tatum Paxley last night. So
we did see that. Surprised the hell out of me.
There's a lot going on in that women's division. And that we haven't even talked about the big one.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez defeating Jada Parker to retain the NXT Women's Championship. I texted you during this match, and I told you she does not need OTM. She's a star. Jada Parker is a star, and it's unfortunate that it's taken so long for them to give her kind of this giving us more of the backstory. It seems like they know how to do that to build, get ready for somebody who's going to challenge for the women's championship. Like we saw this, we've seen these builds before that give you the D1 athlete, background and all these things. Jada, especially that slap that she gave Roxanne, that changed everything. Because that's, at least for me, the moment where it's like, yeah, okay, she's got it. She's going to put it all together. Giving her a chance to talk. We're getting to learn more about her, much like we saw with Lola Vice and how they built her up as a contender.
Yeah, no, she's going to get there. I don't know if she's there quite yet, but I think you and I both thought hey, let's see it. All right. Roxanne, we know, is great. Is she going to carry this match? I don't think she carried it.
No, not at all.
I think Parker held her own and is going to make a name for herself. Kind of like, Trick Williams. It's kind of like that rise where it's just steady rising up. So
yeah. And and I don't know who he's specifically referring to when he says what's her gimmick, pronouns pal, but let's when it
she's in
comes
the
to
mud.
kind of
you missed this.
I'm just trying to okay.
Right. You missed this.
So to honestly, talk about what Kyle's to talk about Kalani is who he is talking about here as far as what's her gimmick. I mean, she's just a super athletic, bubbly, kick-ass person. I mean that like sometimes gimmicks don't necessarily need to be more than that, and that's the thing that we're seeing with a lot of these NXT talents is that they all need something to stand out, but Kalani has made herself stand out as being an insanely athletic former D1 athlete. There are a lot of former D1 athletes on the roster, I agree, but she's making a name for herself because she is, she's happy, bubbly, super athletic. Is your friend, but has no problem kicking ass and back and standing up for herself in the ring. So your talent just want to see the character develop. And that's the thing I think also about these prolonged stays in NXT. I don't see Kalani getting called up to the main roster anytime soon. We're seeing that, because the main roster already has enough talent there as it is, that a lot of these names are getting time to explore, okay, here's what you need in order to be the best and most effective babyface that you can. Here's what you need in order to be the best, most effective heel that you can. We've seen that with Braun Breaker, and we see how well that translates to the main roster. We're seeing that with Roxanne Perez. We know how well that's going to translate to the main roster. So that's kind of what it is. These prolonged periods of time in NXT are going to, are going to help these talents, and it's going to be the same thing for Kalani too. I think the word gimmick can be so broad as far as like we need to see, she is the, that there's more to it as far as she dresses a certain way or has a certain moveset or a certain kind of just shtick about her. She's just a great fucking athlete.
What was Roxanne's gimmick when she was a face?
Prodigy, I guess.
I think she's more the prodigy now. But it was the same thing. She's bubbly. She was happy. She's just happy to be there. Athletic. Yeah, I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. You could have said the same thing about Roxanne a year ago. So they have a track record. They know what they're doing. They'll fix it if they think it needs fixed. So, well, Giulia debuted. You had that one.
And she looked amazing doing it, man. That was
both nights.
That was a fun. Yeah, that was a fun debut. She is, and Kyle's already got it here in the chat. Giulia equals aura. Yeah,
she's gonna be. Yeah, she's gonna be a star. And there's a comment earlier. They're worried about her style. I'd point to Asuka. Asuka was booked extremely well in NXT, and I think that's how Giulia is going to get booked in NXT. And hopefully, when she comes to the main roster, Vince isn't there, so hopefully it's a little bit better. But I don't know about toned down. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not as stiff for sure, but I guarantee she'll have good matches.
Yeah, no, I'm not necessarily worried about the quality of the match, and we've seen things like this pop up, especially now that Ricochet is giving interviews. Now that he's no longer with WWE, about kind of feeling like his style changed for the present WWE's presentation of pro wrestling, which I mean they have every right to say here's how we want our shows to be presented. The flip side of this argument as far as toning down the wrestling style is that, working in Japan on such a regular basis definitely puts some wear and tear on your body that, even if you are wrestling, several hundred times a year for WWE, those matches aren't going to be as stiff and as intense as what what a Japanese match is, just because of the differences in the presentation of this medium of professional wrestling. So I have not seen enough of Giulia to know what a traditional or standard Giulia match looks like. It was the same way when I was first introduced to Shinsuke Nakamura as well, and we see how well we see how well he did in NXT. Same with Asuka, same with Kyrie, same with Io. Like, I can't say that I'm worried about it toning down of anything. It is just a style meant to increase the longevity, because if you're going to make the investment of flying somebody from halfway around the world to wrestle for you several hundred times a year, you want to make sure that you are getting the best output possible as frequently as you can. And sometimes that does, include saying, hey, we're going to do things a little differently here to preserve your longevity. That's it.
I can't disagree. I don't think we're going to be disappointed at all.
No.
So no, I'm good. And yeah, she has aura. I mean, already, and I can't wait for that match.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope so.
Yeah. Also, that documentary is coming out on Netflix September 25th.
Oof, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. Also, there's an example of somebody who's thriving in their 40s. LA Knight, Tama Tonga can too.
Jacob Fatu is that guy. Zilla Fatu will be that guy. There's so many more.
I understand that, but I don't agree with your assertion of writing Tama Tonga off simply because of his age, that's the only reason you gave, and I'll make sure our fact checker sees it. But if age is the only thing, LA Knight's doing damn fine right now. I feel like we know, yes, I think there's more than one breakout star in the bloodline. You don't, we'll leave it at that. But your argument was age, and I'm giving you a counter. That's all.
It's fine.
What about the bloodline being finished?
It'd be a reversal, not a counter. Yep. Look,
there's some
I know how to get to you. I know how to get to you. Hey, so this Oba Femi Tony D'Angelo match was so much better than I thought it was going to be, because Oba Femi is the fucking shit. I'm sorry, he is so good. There's not a bad Oba Femi match. He is so.
No, I mean the thing is, there's a very small sample size to go off of. There's only 26 matches,
but dude just keeps hitting. Dude just keeps hitting.
You're not wrong.
Dude, he's gonna be a star. I mean, they have found the next guy. They have found the next guy. Yes, that's much better. Much better. Lexus King, Oba Femi. Dude, this Rumble has the potential to be the most stacked Rumble ever. I mean,
yeah, I'd say so. Yeah,
and we're gonna be there.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Man. Let's talk about the main event.
Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, NXT Championship. Trick Williams, the special guest referee, did not get the heel turn that you were expecting. Womp womp.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't get the heel turn I was expecting, for 4 days. Unlike you, who's been waiting for 65 years.
And I'll wait 65 more. That's how patient I'm going to be, all right?
Don't you talk to me about wanting a heel turn that I don't get.
I'm just saying, you were pretty gung-ho about this one too. You weren't correct either.
I was wrong after 4 days. Yes, you are still wrong after 65 years.
I just know what I want out of life.
This was overbooked to hell.
Yes, it was. But I didn't hate it. I wouldn't say it was overbooked to perfection per se. But yeah, I didn't dislike the main event. No,
Joe Hendry looked good. Ethan Page, I think, is a fine heel champion.
Yeah, certainly better than anything we would have seen him do in AEW.
They had to get Trick on the card because you got to have one of your bigger stars on the card. Pete Dunne's involvement still is like, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's just kind of random.
Yeah,
there's just a lot going on, and it looks like Joe Hendry will be going away for a while. That's kind of what I'm kind of seeing. Hopefully back for the Rumble. Because my God, if that countdown happens, and that happens, whew, But yeah, Page is a good. I would agree. Page is a good heel champion. He's kind of the throwback. Yeah. But yeah, like the main event was just It definitely wasn't the best match of the night.
No.
At all. It definitely wasn't the best moment of the night at all. It was just kind of not. And we said it about the last one too. Not the last one, but the one before that with Trick and Ethan Page. That it just kind of ended.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Wicked bump by Joe Hendry though, off that Ego's Edge. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah. It's also. Did you hear that who Joe Hendry's gonna be working on the Indies here in the next few weeks?
I did not.
Our boy Zicky.
Oh, that'll be a fun match.
Yeah, right.
That'll be something. Get your popcorn
shout
ready.
out to Zicky. This is all. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Speaking of getting your popcorn ready, August tagged us in something on Instagram. I'm scared to open it.
I wouldn't open it. I'd give it a couple days. It's like, come on, it's September now. We don't have to talk to him for another year.
No. I have an idea for our year-end award show, and yeah.
Oh my God, that's okay. It's fine. There's no such thing as
August. We love you. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Anything else you want to talk about? Did you know All Out's this weekend?
Shit, really?
I forgot. It just never stops. It never stops.
I think it's because college football is back. Bearcats look pretty solid in that season opener.
I'll be at the tailgate. Will you?
No, I'll be out of town this weekend.
Out of town?
Yeah.
I don't even know you anymore.
What?
What's for dinner?
Going to the E.
Some things.
Well, it's Wednesday. It's trivia night. What? You going with the usual crew?
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, you say sometimes you don't know me anymore. Sometimes, hey, who knows? You might have made some new friends too.
It's a Wednesday night. What do you mean? I will be in bed by 9.
No, I'm talking about this weekend, the tailgate. Yeah, just saying. Yeah. Like, for all I know, you could have met new people.
No, I got a holiday party on Friday. I'm hoping I make it to the tailgate.
What holiday? What holiday is there? Bastille Day or some shit? I'm kidding. I don't know when Bastille Day is. I don't know naming holidays now.
Yeah, we'll talk off camera.
All right,
time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Getting to that point of the pod.
Yep.
It's off the rails.
It is indeed off the rails, but thank you guys so much. Also, yeah, that's also happening Friday as well. Friday.
Oh, don't answer your phone, Kyle. I'm just letting you know. Don't answer your phone.
You might want to take that advice, Kyle.
Don't answer your phone.
Yeah.
I will call you every time they score.
Yeah, he'll do it.
I will. Don't answer your phone.
Well, Kyle, if it's any consolation, at least you don't have to go to a game with him in October.
Same thing for you. Don't look to your right.
Fine. I will sit MJB to my right.
Oh, I'll climb over him. I don't care. I do not care. You haven't seen this side of me. You don't know. And it's funny that I think they play the Bears too. So my son, get ready as well.
How many kids do you have?
That's a loaded question. No, you don't. Shut up. All you know about is cheese. Get out of here.
Cheese is delicious, all right?
I know. They're great on cheesesteaks and cheese conies. Welcome to the Food Network.
All right. I think it's safe to say it's time for us to get the hell out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Make sure you're following at Junkies Pod for all things Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Give us a follow at Main Event Network, mainevent_net. Gorilla Press Apparel at Gorilla Press APP. Are you waving right now to say your goodbyes? Promo code WJP 2024 for 25% off. What?
We haven't done this in so long. You forgot to ask me the question. What's the magic number, Eric?
You're right. Yeah,
What's the magic number, Eric?
1. The magic number is 1. If you know one person that would enjoy our show, please do us a favor, share it with them. We have 338 YouTube subscribers on the road to 1,000 right now. We need your help to get there. Good memory podcast, Dad. We will be back tomorrow with Casey Owens to talk all things Battle for Sale Creek. Enjoy wrestling. Have fun. Be kind. For the podcast, Dad, and Miss Cincinnati, this has been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. We'll see you tomorrow.